Hello YouTube, this is Adeep. Hope you're all doing great and welcome back to another exciting video from MotorHub. So today I will be showing you the all new MG Astor, which is the first car in India with artificial intelligence and a level 2 advanced driver assistance system, which we'll talk about in detail while driving. The MG Astor gets two engine options. One is a naturally aspirated 1.5 litre petrol engine, which is the VTI tech, and the other is a turbocharged 1.3 litre petrol engine codenamed 220 Turbo, and it is available in 5 colors, which are orange, red, black, white and silver, which is this one. There are 4 variants of MG Astor on sale, which are Style, Super, Smart and Sharp. You get the 1.4 litre turbo petrol engine only in the Smart and Sharp variants, and that too only with an automatic transmission, while you can choose between either a manual or an automatic with the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated engine in all the variants except the base Style variant. In terms of safety, the base variant of the MG Astor gets the following key features: 2 airbags, ABS with EBD and brake assist, electronic stability program, traction control, cornering brake control, hill hold control, hill descent control, 4 disc brakes, reverse parking sensors, high speed warning alert, speed sensing auto door lock, ISOFIX style seat mounts, impact sensing auto door unlock, emergency fuel cutoff, seat belt reminder and a collapsible steering column. Now these are quite a lot of safety features that are being offered in the base variant itself, and you get 6 additional features for the higher variants, and they are electronic parking brake with auto hold function, tire pressure monitoring system, reverse parking camera with guidelines, 360-degree camera, cornering fog lamps and heated outside rear view mirrors. The base naturally aspirated manual variant of the MG Astor retails at Rs 9.98 lakhs and goes all the way up to Rs 17.73 lakhs for the top of the line Sharp optional variant, which can also be called Savvy, with the turbo petrol engine and automatic transmission. And do note that all the above mentioned prices are ex-showroom only. The Astor is 4.3 meters in length, 1.8 meters in width, 1.6 meters in height, and the wheelbase happens to be 2.5 meters. MG provides 3 years or unlimited kilometers of warranty as standard, along with 3 years roadside assistance and 3 free services. This is how the key of the all new MG Astor looks. It gets lock, unlock and boot release functions right there on the remote, and you get this bold chrome grille in the front, which MG calls it as the Celestial Grille, with MG logo right there in the middle, along with the front parking camera. And these are fully LED headlamp units, and it gets a projector setup for the high and low beam, and you can see the jewel like design on the inside of the headlamp. And on the lower bumper you get the fog lamps, which also get cornering function and are LED as well. And over here in the middle you get a radar for the autonomous driving system. And straight ahead, let's open the engine bay. Since this is the top of the line Sharp optional variant, it gets a 1.3 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, which produces a peak power of 138 bhp and a maximum torque of 220 Nm, and this engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which is a torque converter, and the engine is quite silent and refined. MG has also provided insulation right there on the hood to reduce engine noise from the already silent engine. And moving to the side, it gets this black cladding running around the car, and these are turbine inspired 17-inch machined alloy wheels, and the tire size happens to be 215 by 55 R17, and these are tubeless tires, and it gets the brake caliper finished in red, and this alloy is only for the turbo petrol variant, and for the naturally aspirated variant you only get a dual tone alloy wheel, which is also 17-inch. Brit Dynamic written right there. Outside rear view mirror gets turn indicator along with cameras on either sides. It gets request sensor on both the front doors, and the door handles are finished in chrome. And on the top you get these roof rails along with a shark fin antenna finished in body color, and a rear spoiler with high mount stop lamp. And the Astor gets LED tail lamps, however the turn indicators are still halogen. And this is how the car looks from the rear. Z is written right there. Astor and MG logo. Rear wiper and defogger with high mount stop lamp. Advanced driver assistance system badging. And down here you get the rear fog lamp along with reverse parking sensors, and these are the exhaust tips of the vehicle which are fake, and the real exhaust is only to the left. This is the reverse parking camera placed right above the number plate. The MG Astor gets electromagnetic boot release, and the boot carrying capacity happens to be 448 liters, and you also get a parcel shelf and storage space on either sides of the boot. That is the warning triangle, and on the other side there is a light placed right there along with some storage space as well. And under here you get the spare wheel along with the spare tools, and the spare wheel is not an alloy and is a 16-inch steel wheel. Now let's move to the rear seats of the Astor. The rear door opens quite wide enough for ingress and egress. The interior is finished in red and black, and you get these silver inserts on the door pads along with chrome inner door handles. It also gets one touch up or down for all the power windows, and the doors can accommodate 1 liter water bottles. And this is how the rear space of the MG Astor looks. 3 adults need to squeeze in to sit, since there is a massive hump in the middle for the middle passenger, and there are 3 adjustable headrests with an armrest as well. And to further increase the boot carrying capacity, you can recline the seats in 60-40 ratio, and on the armrest you get twin cup holders as well. There is adequate amount of knee room and leg room. Headroom is not an issue, and under-thigh support is also great. The rear AC vents are placed over here in the middle, along with twin USB ports for charging your phones, and you get handle on either sides. And this is the massive panoramic sunroof, which I'll show you in a bit. And on the outside rear view mirror you get this indication for the blind spot monitor. And front door pockets can also accommodate 1 liter water bottles. These are the power window controls. This is to lock or unlock the door. And the driver's seat is electrically adjustable for both reach and height. Proper dead pedal placed right there. And over here you get 2 levers. This is to open the hood and this is to open the fuel door. And these are the outside rear view mirror controls, and this is the headlight leveler. And moving in, it gets a flat bottom 3-spoke steering wheel with silver inserts, and to the left side of the steering wheel are the audio controls and call controls. And on the right side you get the MID controls and voice recognition controls. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather, and the ignition button is placed over here. And that is the AI assistant in the middle of the dashboard, and Brit Dynamic written right there as well. The dashboard is finished in both hard plastics on the top, and on the bottom you get this red leather soft touch material. And you get some physical buttons over here for your infotainment system. This is to increase or decrease the volume. And these are the AC controls. This is for the front defogger. And this is to increase or decrease the fan speed. You can also control the AC via touch controls on the touch screen system. And down here you get a 12-volt power outlet with twin USB ports and some storage space. And in front of the gear lever you get the hill descent control button. This is to turn off the traction control, and this is for the 360-degree camera. And as you can see, this middle console gets finished in carbon fiber with silver inserts, and this is the electronic parking brake, and this is the turn on or off the auto hold function. And this is the 360-degree camera. And over here you get twin cup holders, and this is the center armrest, and you also get some storage space underneath it. And the front seats are also quite comfortable to be in. You get these round AC vents on either sides, and the tweeters are placed over here on the A pillar. And this is the glove box of the vehicle, which is of decent size. No auto dimming inside rear view mirror. And on the top over here you get the indications for the passenger airbag on or off. And these are the LED cabin lights. And this is the control for the panoramic sunroof. Pressing this opens the sunshade, and twisting it like this opens the entire sunroof. Passenger side visor gets mirror, no light. Driver side visor also gets a mirror. And you can also change the views of the 360-degree camera like this, and you get some settings to customize. And these are the touch controls for the air conditioning system. It gets a single zone automatic climate control, and you can increase or decrease the fan speed, and this is to turn on or off the AC. And it gets a PM 2.5 filter inside the cabin. And this is the home screen of the MG Astor. The home screen is like a widget, you can also control it from there. And you can view all the available apps over here. This is for the MG Astor Assistant to increase or decrease the brightness of it. And you can also customize the welcome and goodbye messages over here. And you also get to customize some vehicle settings like the headlamp, follow me home headlamp timing, tire pressure monitoring system, and you can also change the units. And you can also change the electronic power steering to normal, urban or dynamic mode, which weighs up a bit. And you can also change the radar systems for the collision warnings and lane departure warnings. And this is the navigation system of the MG Astor, which is quite fluid to use. And pressing this activates the assistant, and you can give voice commands, or you can also press a button on the steering wheel.
Hi, how can I help?
Close the sunroof. And this is how it closes the sunroof as soon as it receives the command. Coming to the instrument cluster, it is a 7-inch fully digital LCD unit, and as soon as you turn on the ignition, it shows you an animation like this with tachometer to the right, speedometer to the left, and MID in the middle. And you also get engine temperature meter to the right and fuel level to the left, and in the MID it shows you the range, odometer, clock, and you also get to see some telltale lights on the right side. And it also shows you the seatbelt warning and the MG Pilot. And you can toggle between the different menus in the MID like the tire pressure, battery voltage. Since it's charging, it's showing 13 to 14 volts. And it also shows you the accumulated total info of the trip, like the distance driven and the time driven, fuel efficiency, etc. And this is like the home screen. It shows you the time, date, lock, lights and door positions. And you can also increase or decrease the brightness of the instrument cluster from here. And this is the MG Pilot to set the adaptive cruising speed, which uses the radar to follow the vehicle in front of it. And this is how the MG Assistant greets you as soon as you turn on the ignition. The steering wheel on the MG Astor is adjustable for both reach and rake. And to the left you get the headlight stalk and it gets automatic headlamps. This is for the lane departure warning. And below it you get a lever for the cruise control. And on the right side you get the wiper stalk and it gets automatic rain sensing wipers. And now let's get driving. Initial impressions: the engine is very well refined and it shows you the left view of the vehicle when you turn on the indicator, along with a 360-degree view on the other half of the screen. Just for the record, the one we are driving now is a 1.3-liter turbo-petrol engine and it is a 3-cylinder unit with a 6-speed automatic gearbox, which is a torque converter. The low-end grunt is good, but there is a small amount of turbo lag down there. However, the mid-range of the rev band is where this motor really shines. The top end literally doesn't exist on this car because it redlines at as low as 5900 rpm. The drive mode, or rather the steering, is in urban or city mode and is quite light. However, there is a very minimum to no change in the different steering modes. It only adds artificial weight to the steering wheel. There is no road or wind noise entering into the cabin and the car is very refined throughout the rev range. Probably it is one of the USPs of the MG Astor. The suspension on the other hand is tuned towards the softer side and there is a slight amount of body roll as well while taking corners. So it is quite comfortable on a bad patch of road, but the ride might get a little bouncy. The brakes are also really strong on this car and they are very sure-footed and offer great stopping power. It also gets cornering brake control for that extra safety, and in terms of safety, MG has given the Astor a plethora of features using the ADAS level 2. Now the other engine on offer is a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol motor and it produces 110 bhp of power and 144 Nm of torque. It is available in both manual and automatic transmission options. For the automatic, it gets a 5-speed CVT unit unlike the 6-speed torque converter of this car. Speaking of the torque converter, it is not a very quick shifting gearbox. It's not aggressive in downshifts or upshifts. It doesn't need to be either, since this is not a track car. It's more about comfort, space and that compact SUV feeling. This turbo petrol variant of the Astor gets a 45 liters fuel tank while the non-turbo variant gets a 48 liter fuel tank. This difference is because the turbo petrol uses only a 3-cylinder engine which consumes less of fuel than the 4-cylinder if driven sanely. One of the cool features of the MG Astor is it gets a digital key on your phone in case you lose the physical key, and you can use it to unlock and start the car via Bluetooth only. It doesn't require any sort of network too. It also gets 80 plus connected car features which include Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, personal AI assistant with 35 plus English voice commands for controlling ACs, sunroof, music, calls, navigation, etc. And it also gets geofencing, vehicle status check, OTA updates and much more. The 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment system is paired to 6 speakers and 6 tweeters and the audio quality is quite decent. The autonomous level 2 system gets features like adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, prevention and lane keep assist, forward collision warning and automatic braking in the event of a collision. It also gets speed assist system which basically reads the road signs or uses GPS satellites to determine the maximum speed on that route and warns the driver of the same. Lastly, it also gets rear drive assist which include blind spot detection, lane change assist and rear cross traffic alert. MG Astor uses radars, cameras, proximity sensors in tandem to provide the above mentioned features, and they are only available in the automatic transmission variants and they are purely optional. So guys, this is my review on the MG Astor. Hope you guys liked my video and do not forget to share and subscribe as well if you haven't done so. Bye bye.